Some people disappear by choice. But these seven, no way. They were at the peak of their careers, working on projects so classified that even the president doesn't have unrestricted access. Brilliant scientists, neck deep in never-before-seen technologies of alien origin, recovered in obscure operations at places like the infamous Area 51. Coincidence or not, they all vanished shortly after taking one step closer to the truth. But what no one tells you is what's really behind those disappearances. The most disturbing part? None of them left a trace. No goodbyes. Just silence and documents that mysteriously disappeared along with them. And we're not talking about one or two isolated cases. There's a pattern, a chilling puzzle involving oving Alzheimer's, agencies like the CIA and NSA, secret experiments, and maybe even a non-human presence operating right under our noses. That feeling that something much bigger is going on and you're only seeing the tip of the iceberg? Yeah, that's exactly what we're diving into. And what if I told you there's real evidence that some of these scientists might not be dead or even exactly alive, that they may have been taken to places where time works differently? Or worse, that they may not even be on this planet anymore.
Take a deep breath. What you're about to see isn't fiction, it's a puzzle. The government wants to keep buried. But today, the pieces start falling into place. Mysterious circumstances surrounding the disappearances.
When 7 scientists vanish in similar ways, you stop calling it coincidence and start calling it a message. Each case had eerie details: cell phones left behind, houses intact, cars parked as if they were coming right back. But they never did. Most of them were last seen inside or near military facilities, the kind surrounded by rumors of Ovina research and alien tech, and curiously enough, several of them were working on highly classified projects in Area 51. Take Dr. Alan Krager, for example, a physicist known for his work on gravitational anomalies. One day, he sends an encrypted email to a colleague hinting at a revolutionary breakthrough. The next, he's gone. Security footage? Missing? Official report sealed that same week. Unusual activity was detected near Area 51, with several people reporting strange lights and unexplained power outages. Coincidence? Hardly. The oddities didn't stop there. Families reported hearing strange sounds at night, pets behaving erratically, and even seeing shadowy figures near their homes, days before the disappearances. The pattern is undeniable, and as much as the government tried to sweep it under the rug, whispers kept growing, because the truth, even buried, leaves cracks in the ground. And those cracks, they're starting to split wide open. Connections to top secret projects linked to alien technology.
It's not like these scientists were working on regular tech. We're talking about propulsion systems not bound by Newtonian physics, materials that could bend light, and data dated from Olvani wreckage. These weren't theoretical games, they were real hands-on research with recovered alien technology, the kind allegedly hidden within the vaults of Area 51. The deeper they dug, the stranger things got.
Sources claim these projects involved back engineering spacecrafts recovered from crash sites, including the infamous Roswell incident. Some even say parts of these crafts responded to human consciousness reacting to thoughts instead of physical controls. That level of interface way beyond what we understand. And the scientists who made progress, marked, watched, and eventually gone. Let's be real, this isn't Star Trek. These discoveries could alter not only physics as we know it, but the very foundation of our reality. Imagine unlocking zero-point energy or interdimensional travel. Now ask yourself, who benefits from hiding this? Who has everything to lose? If this knowledge goes public, these projects were not just secret, they were protected like a dragon guards treasure. And every scientist who touched that treasure vanished under the same cloud of silence.
Government denials and inconsistencies in official reports.
You'd think that when 7 top-tier scientists vanished, the government would sound the alarm. But no, what we got was silence, canned statements, and reports, so redacted they might as well be blank. The official narrative? ongoing investigation, or worse, personal matters. Convenient, isn't it? Especially when all of them were working on alien tech in places like Area 51. Some reports were flat out contradictory. One document claimed the scientist had relocated to Europe, yet his passport was still in his drawer. Another was said to have died in a car crash, but there was no accident report, no wreck, no body. And in a third case, the family received a death certificate with the wrong date of birth. It's like someone wanted these people erased. Not just physically, but from the record.
Independent investigators trying to follow up hit wall after wall. Agencies like the NSA and DARPA denied any involvement, yet their names kept popping up in leaked emails and meeting logs.
And whenever someone got too close to the truth, they were either silenced or discredited. Because in a world where OVNIs and aliens are real, and the Area 51 files hold the keys, information isn't power, it's a weapon. Witnesses say scientists were threatened before disappearing.
Before they vanished, there were warnings. Never direct, always subtle. Whispers in hallways, cars parked too long outside homes, strangers watching from a distance. Witnesses say the scientists, especially those working inside Area 51, were receiving veiled threats, not bullets or bombs, just carefully chosen words like, "You're going too far," or "might be time for a long vacation," and then they were gone.
One propulsion engineer recounted being visited by two unidentified men. The message, knowledge can be dangerous if misused. The next day, his security badge stopped working, his car stayed in the same spot, his apartment was locked from the inside. No sign of struggle, no trace. He was about to present a report on tech recovered from OVNIs. And just like that, poof. It wasn't just co-workers noticing. Families, neighbors, even baristas near the base picked up on it. First came the paranoia, then the isolation, and finally the disappearance. One woman married to a missing scientist said he installed cameras, changed his routines, even stopped sleeping, convinced someone was watching him. When he vanished, so did his research notes on alien tech. Like someone came to collect both.
Pattern. All scientists worked with recovered craft.
Coincidence? Not when every missing scientist worked on recovered spacecraft. These weren't general researchers, they were specialists in anti-gravity, exotic propulsion, and advanced materials analysis, all assigned to high clearance sections within Area 51. And every single one of them had direct contact with OVNI wreckage. That's not a pattern, that's a hit list.
Each of these individuals had breakthroughs tied to alien technology.
One reportedly got a propulsion unit to activate using vibrational frequencies. Another was decoding unknown metal alloys with memory properties. These discoveries weren't small, they were paradigm shifting, and right after their breakthroughs, they vanished, erased as if their work crossed a line.
People inside the base knew better than to ask questions. Those working in related departments avoided the topic altogether. In these halls, silence was survival. Curiosity was career suicide. And the deeper the project, the fewer people came back out, which raises the chilling question. Were these scientists silenced to keep secrets, or absorbed into something far worse? Some believe they were relocated to even more secretive sites. What if disappearing wasn't the end, but the beginning? One theory gaining ground is that these scientists weren't eliminated, they were relocated, taken to facilities even more secretive than Area 51. We're talking about sites so off-grid they make the Nevada desert look like Times Square, underground labs, mobile bases in the Pacific, isolated stations in the Arctic, no jurisdiction, no oversight, no escape. Clues exist. Families receiving anonymous payments years later, bank accounts still active yet untouched. Strange sightings of these scientists in remote areas, always watched, always alone. It's as if they were absorbed into a shadow system, a black project within a black project. And where would such a project focus its resources? On alien tech and OVNIs? Of course, just without any leaks.
Imagine being a prisoner in paradise. Full funding, advanced tools, access to the unknown, but no freedom, no voice. Once you enter that level of secrecy, your identity is no longer yours. These scientists didn't vanish. They were erased from the world to serve something far bigger than themselves. And what if one of them escapes one day with everything they know?
Theories that some were taken by extraterrestrial entities. Now here's where things get unsettling. Some believe these scientists weren't taken by governments, but by aliens themselves.
Yes, actual entities that didn't appreciate having their secrets reverse engineered. There are old Area 51 documents detailing protocols for abduction events on base grounds. Why have such a policy unless the threat is real?
Eyewitnesses reported strange lights over the base in the days before each disappearance, silent orbs in the sky, time lapses, electromagnetic interference. One technician claimed the air itself felt charged one night, and hours later a top-level engineer was gone. He had just cracked part of an alien interface system. That can't be a coincidence. Perhaps these scientists activated something they weren't supposed to, opened a line of communication, or worse, issued an invitation. One of them reportedly deciphered a pattern embedded in spacecraft coding, a message. He vanished days later. If that's true, then maybe these disappearances weren't about keeping secrets, but about reclaiming them. And the real question now is, will any of them come back?
So let me ask you, how do you ignore all this? After learning about the threats, the patterns, the redacted files from Area 51, can you still believe the narrative we've been sold? That we're in control? That openness and aliens are just myths? Or is it more likely that the truth has been hidden, not to protect us, but to protect power?
How many secrets are buried right now? How many ordinary people are one clue away from uncovering something extraordinary? The question is, will you just keep scrolling, or will you start asking the questions that matter? Because truth isn't always comfortable, but it's the first step toward clarity, toward freedom, toward reality. If this woke something up in you, don't stop here. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and stick with us as we dig deeper into the mysteries they don't want you to uncover. The truth isn't out there, it's right here, waiting for you to see it.